Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Radio Silent Play Trading on this Saturday, June 5th, 2021. Let me start off by just giving you a brief disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. Anything that I say or mention is for educational purposes only. I may or may not hold some of the stocks that I mentioned. Please remember to do your own research before trading any stock or options. Trading stocks and options require lots of risk. So I'm just going to go over a couple of things that I'm seeing happening in the market right now. There's a lot of talks and a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt on the crypto space. That creates a contrarian aspect when I'm trading. Why do I say this? Because what I'm doing is I'm basically following the charts and also some of the news that has just come out. Some of the important news that I think a lot of people are not seeing is we're starting to see big companies start kind of embracing the crypto space. So let's take a look at this news here. This was from a day ago. It says Alibaba, Google, among more than 300 companies seeking Singapore crypto licenses. All right, Singapore is one of the big markets, especially in the financial world, right? Companies apply under the Payment Service Act, a comprehensive regulatory framework for companies handling activities relating to digital assets, including payments and trading. So what we're seeing here is that we're transitioning, right? A lot of governments, a lot of entities, what they were on is fiat currencies. What we're starting to see is now the technologies, the financial technology, start kind of embracing the crypto space. There was another news here, and this is from a couple of days ago. We actually saw Google lift the ban, and this is from Cointelegraph, and it states, search giant, which Google is basically the internet, search giant Google lifts 2018 ban on crypto exchange wallet advertising. The new policy allows companies that have cleared rigorous regulatory hurdles to start posting ads. So when I start seeing Google, when I start seeing Alibaba, when I start seeing these big giants, I start looking at that space. Right now, what we're seeing is a lot of these companies start kind of embracing and transitioning into crypto. The big one here that I'm seeing is this hire right here. So this is from Apple, and this is from May 28th, 2021. Apple hiring manager with cryptocurrency experience to launch new alternative payment programs. So whenever Apple does something, basically everybody follows. I know that you're seeing a lot of tweets from Elon Musk. He's kind of controlling the power of, the direction that Bitcoin goes. But at the same time, Apple is one of the biggest, if not the biggest player in just the whole technology. I almost guarantee that most people right now are using Apple products. So what am I going to do seeing all this information? What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start looking at crypto stocks, and I want to start seeing these stocks, especially the ones that are at or near bottom, with catalyst, with news, and with good charts, because I want to correlate all those three. So first, I'm going to go over a stock that we've traded before and we talked about at the lows, and this is ticker symbol GMER. Okay, when we saw this stock, we knew that it was a blockchain stock, and it was trading pretty fairly well, and then the stock had pulled down. What I noticed on this chart was that the stock was putting in a floor. We actually saw this stock in or trading below a downtrend, and we started to look for that break of that trend. It since did, and what made this stock kind of break out was the news. And the related news here was based on crypto. So this is the news that was just put out a couple of days ago, and it states, Good Gaming to pioneer the launch of its first collectible NFT game that will produce cryptocurrency. So the future of gaming right now is basically you're playing a game, you're creating upgrades to potentially the player or some weapons, and now you could actually gain crypto through that. And I think that that's going to be the future of gaming. Giants like Sony, giants like you have now Apple making games. You have a lot of people playing in on their phones. This is the future. So what we're seeing here is we're seeing a huge move from that 0.03 hitting a high of 19. Now we want to see what's going to be the next play, right? Because these stocks are basically the benchmarks for the next one. I want to go over CYIO. This was a stock that was trading when we first found it, we found it at that 0.016 level in a tight consolidation. And remember I say, the tighter the consolidation, the bigger the move. They actually had crypto news where they actually took over Helio. They actually merged with Helio Lending. And we actually saw NFT news this past Friday. So if we look at this chart, take a look at the chart when it closed above the 8 and 21 day moving average. You had a huge move from that 0.016 to 85-cent level. Now the stock has started to consolidate and created a new floor at that 18-cent level, and that's where we see the news at the 200-day moving average. The CYIO NFT news, cryptocurrency loan, Bitcoin loan, they put out news, and now what we want to see is we want to see a continuation. So when I see these stocks like the GMER, like the CYIO, now I want to see if the overall market is bullish. And now I want to just go over what Ethereum is doing and why I think Ethereum will probably overtake Bitcoin. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying as far as price-wise, but percentage-wise. If I look at this ETH USD chart right now, what I'm noticing is I'm seeing bullish divergence. I'm seeing a low, a higher low, and more higher lows with an 8 into 21 MA cross. Now, if Ethereum managed to close above that 8 and 21 day moving average, we have upside to 4,400. And this is key because now I'm going to compare it to the Bitcoin chart. And I want to just show you a couple of things. If you see the Ethereum chart, now let's kind of compare that to what Bitcoin is doing right now. Bitcoin right now is trading at or below the 8-day moving average. Yes, we had a tight pincher. We do have a higher low, but right now Ethereum is showing a little bit stronger strength in the chart. We also have Ethereum with upgrades happening, especially in the blockchain space. This is big. A lot of talks about, using gas and more heavier prices with fees, and they're starting to kind of start working on that. So this is very, very important because we know that Bitcoin is the benchmark to all of crypto. But what we're seeing now is we may start seeing Ethereum become that number one benchmark. So this is something that I'm looking for because remember, NFT is under that Ethereum ERC20 blockchain, right? So now let's take a look at the Doji coin, because this is key. When we start seeing the big benchmark like Bitcoin kind of step away and we're seeing Ethereum, we're seeing Doji coin start reversing and have a better chart. This is key for us to start looking for that next stock that has the potential to kind of move up. So let's take a look at Doji coin right now. 8 into 21 MA cross. We're trading above it. And then if we look at that MACD, we got that black line into that purple line, which is the MACD negative to positive, and that's giving us bullish divergence. We could see a potential move to that retest of 75 cents and maybe potentially break out from that. So now, with what I'm seeing now, Bitcoin taking a little bit of a step back, Ethereum being stronger, Doji coin being stronger, I'm very, very bullish on this WDRP. And what I want to talk about the chart on the WDRP, it's putting two key signals. Okay, from the past, this stock was in consolidation before they announced getting into the crypto space. And if you notice, back in December, the stock was in a bull flag. When that stock broke above that bull flag, it went from 0.002 all the way up to 0.021. And if you notice right now, we're actually in another bull flag. A break above that 0.007 level on 2 consecutive closes, breaking above that flag, we have upside to 0.021, and then we have a 61.8% extension to 36 plus. That's a massive move. Let's not forget who tokenized WDRP, and that was ticker symbol UAMM. And if you look at the UAMM chart, that UAMM chart went from 0.005, sort of what WDRP is at right now, and that ended up hitting a high of about 16 cents. So this is very, very bullish for the WDRP. Now I want to talk to you about what the catalyst is for WDRP. WDRP right now is in a restriction. You actually have to do a call-in on E-Trade and TD Ameritrade. The latest news here is WDRP trading restriction update. The resolution to E-Trade and TD Ameritrade online trade restriction must be done in writing. So it's taking a little time. Orders can still be placed via phone with brokers. Thank you for your patience. The company finally received notice that the lifting of the restriction must be in writing, and this is in progress. And this is from a tweet from the WDRP. So what I want to do is I want to be in before the crowd. If you notice, we did that with GMER at that 0.02 range and CYIO at that 0.016. And those saw massive gains. You're talking about 5x to 10x on those trades. Now what I want to show you is, if you look, they actually opened up an NFT website and they actually posted Elon Musk with a picture of Dogecoin, and this is what it says. It says, Wandaport Court has added new Elon Musk and Dogecoin NFT artwork to their NFT marketplace portfolio. And this is from their Crypto 9. Now I just want to go over a little bit of the WDRP, and I want to talk a little bit about Elliott wave theory. If you look at Elliott wave theory and you look at what that means, you're usually going to get ABC moves or wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What you're seeing on this chart, you're seeing that bottom, that wave 1, and then that 1 to 2 correction to that big move to that wave 3, which was around that 2 cent level. Now you're seeing a higher low with a nice correction from 3 to 4. And now usually, okay, not usually, but whenever you're dealing with wave 4 to 5, wave 4 to 5 is higher than wave 3. So remember the outlook. We use that 61.8% extension at that 0.021. That's going to leave us somewhere around 0.03536 level. If I anticipate Ethereum continuing to rally, okay, if we see Ethereum break 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, do you think that WDRP is going to stay at these prices? Okay, you have to remember that the market will follow. Just remember that. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to give you a little bit of information on another ticker that actually is connected with the WDRP, and that's ticker symbol SIPC. And what I want to show you here on the SIPC chart, remember I said, the tighter the consolidation, the bigger the move. It's actually in a triangular pattern right now. And what you're seeing, it's holding that 200-day moving average strong. It hasn't closed below that 200-day moving average since December. This is extremely bullish. What we're about to witness is we're about to see a breakout above that 0.009 level. When we do, we have upside to 22, a 61.8% extension on that 2.2 is going to lead you somewhere around that 3.6, 3.7 level. That's big upside to this trade. Now I just want to do a little bit of a DD on the SIPC. All right, so I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what I'm seeing. So SIPC actually had NFT news, which they posted on their Twitter, and it says this: exploring options to introduce blockchain and cryptocurrency to whiskey. So what they're saying is when you buy their whiskey, they're going to tokenize it and they're going to reward you with an ERC20. Okay. If you look at SIPC, they own Elite Beverage International, and that's Tequila Comisario. And that Tequila Comisario is actually WDRP has partial ownership to that. And where you can see this, you can actually see this on filings where it states that WDRP owns a considerable amount of shares of, actually SIPC owns a considerable amount of shares of WDRP. And remember, UAMM created that tokenized the WDRP with the crypto coffee. So this is very, very, very bullish heading into this week. So what I'm looking at right now is for us to get some type of news from SIPC with the NFT space. If you look now, if you go on OTC Short Report, and that's on OTCShortReport.com, you could actually see how heavily shorted this stock is. On May 28th, it put in 5 million shares traded, and out of that 5 million, about 3 million shares were short. So that's about 75%. So you actually had volume of 5 million, and the short volume was 3.8. So that's 75% short. So why I'm telling you this is because when you start seeing a big flow of volume come into the stock, you could see a potential short squeeze in this. So these are the type of stocks that you want to get in before the crowd. All right. So these are the two stocks that I'm continuing to kind of look. I actually have a very, very bullish sentiment into the next couple of weeks. Keep an eye on WDRP, ticker symbol SIPC, and I look forward to our next video. Take care, everyone.